It really amazes me how much support retro consoles continue to get to this very day. Whether it's from small companies around the world or technical marvels from home, these people are working tirelessly to ensure our beloved childhood antiques continue to give us many more moments of great joy for many more years to come. One of the easiest and most popular consoles to mod is the PlayStation 1. Replacement lasers and mod chips are still being made brand new to this very day, therefore increasing its usability and useful lifespan. And great additions like the PlayStation Digital really do a great job of bringing this legendary beast into the world of HD TVs. Recently, I went onto eBay and I purchased one of these, a PlayStation 1 replacement power supply, which according to the first listing that I looked at promised two things. One, to reduce the heat output, which would potentially increase the system's general lifespan, and two, to reduce the power consumption. Now that listing has since been deleted, but all the other ones that I looked at only promised to reduce the heat output. But we'll have a look anyway and see if this power supply can reduce the blazing 6 kilowatts of power down to something less. Inside the package we get the new power connector for the power supply, an instruction manual for how to install it, a bracket and a washer to hold the power supply cable in place, and finally the unit itself. Earlier models of the PlayStation 1 had a 7-pin power connector for the power supply, while later models like mine have a 5-pin connector. And I'm proud to say that this power supply has both power connectors installed to support every single model of the PlayStation 1, all except for the PS1 Slim. Installing the new power supply is very straightforward. Just unplug the 5-pin or 7-pin connector from the original PS1 power supply, and remove the two screws at the back, and then gently remove the original power supply from the PlayStation 1. Next, we'll connect this bracket to the other end of the new power supply and secure it in place with that washer. Then lower the new power supply into the slot at the front and screw in that bracket at the back. And finally, connect the 5-pin or 7-pin connector to the new power supply and that's it! All installed and ready to use. Simple as f***. And when I turned the system on, I was greeted with a small surprise. This power supply emits a red LED light as opposed to the iconic green LED light that we're all used to. So I've been using my PlayStation for well over a week now for anywhere between half an hour to a full hour of gameplay sessions, and during those times I observed no issues with the system. So then I decided to put it to the ultimate test. I went to compete in my next match and I left the system on for the entire time that I was at the venue, for well over 10 hours. And then when I came back all pumped up and ready to game, everything was still running exactly as it should with no ill signs indicated. Awesome. Although when it comes to power draw, the system now draws 7 kilowatts instead of 6 kilowatts, so that claim that I saw the first time about power consumption being reduced is unfortunately a load of crap. But when we have a look at the temperature, playing for over half an hour with the old power supply and the new power supply, the system temperature definitely dropped from a toasty 42 degrees all the way down to 37 degrees. Saying it out loud doesn't seem like much, but when you compare a 42 degree day to a 37 degree day for example, the difference is definitely night and day. So should you replace the power supply in your PlayStation 1? I think so. It's stupidly easy and a great way to refurbish an old console and extend its lifespan. And there are power supplies for other consoles as well, like the Sega Saturn, the Sega Dreamcast, and even the PlayStation 2. And I'll be investing in these in the near future and do what DK Oldies claim to do and actually refurbish my old consoles. Now sure, I could just stick to emulation and leave it at that, and while that is a viable option, like I said in my previous video, there's just something about playing games on the original hardware that just cannot be replicated through any other method. And with that being said, I'm proud to say that my PlayStation 1 has had more years added onto its life and will continue to allow me to relive great memories from my childhood for many more years to come.
Thanks for watching guys, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more future content headed your way, and be sure to give me a like and follow on my social medias, links in the video description below, and if I don't see you in the next video, I'll catch you in my game. Game on! Come here you piece of shit!